Wow, that's such a cool idea to build. Why didn't I figure it out myself? Let's learn how to build a lava house.
Round 1.
I decide to hide my lava house underground, so the first thing I do is remove the top layer of grass in a small circular shape. A circle immediately looks more natural than a perfect square because very few things in nature have perfectly straight edges. After clearing the area, I dig a passage leading below the surface and install quartz stairs all the way down. Quartz might seem like an unusual choice underground, but its bright white color makes the entrance much easier to see against the darker blocks below. It also creates a cool contrast with the lava that will soon surround the house. This tutorial is a good reminder that choosing materials with contrasting colors can make important parts of a build stand out without adding extra decorations. Now, I make the circular opening a little wider before carefully filling it with lava. Working with lava always requires planning because it flows much more slowly than water and can easily spread into places where it is not supposed to go. Near the entrance, I place additional lava blocks in a way that keeps the main lava pool from pouring directly into the staircase. Even though Minecraft lava behaves in a predictable way, controlling its flow is one of the first things experienced builders think about when creating volcanoes, lava moats, or underground bases. One interesting fact is that lava emits one of the highest light levels in Minecraft, so it naturally illuminates the entire area without requiring torches. Finally, I protect the underground entrance by placing wooden signs inside the passage before covering the top with trapdoors. This is a classic Minecraft trick that many players learn sooner or later. Signs can stop liquids from flowing through a space while still allowing players to walk past them, making them incredibly useful for secret entrances and underground builds. The trapdoors hide the opening from above and make the entrance blend naturally into the surrounding terrain. Looking at the finished entrance, it almost seems like there is nothing beneath the lava pool at all. And that is exactly what makes secret underground bases so much fun. Anyone walking past would probably never guess that a hidden lava house is waiting just below the surface. Phew, it took so much effort. Great, my lava house is ready.
Hello?
Hey, Carrie, look, I built it. Do you like?
No.
What? Is the entrance to the house too dangerous? Because at any moment you can drown in lava?
Oh.
It's a pity, but I tried so hard. Maybe then you'll try to build the best lava house yourself?
Yay!
They ran to the place. This is where your building will be. Are you ready?
Yahoo!
Then go ahead.
Round 2.
Carrie wastes no time and immediately starts raising the walls of her lava house entirely from lava blocks. At first, she keeps the shape very simple by building an ordinary square house. Starting with a basic outline is something many experienced builders recommend because it is much easier to decorate a solid structure than to fix a complicated one that has poor proportions. Even though the walls are made from such a bright material, the simple shape keeps the build clean and easy to recognize. Mikey watches her work and explains that sometimes the best-looking houses begin with the simplest designs before all the decorative details are added. Once the walls reach the right height, Carrie installs glass windows before turning her attention to the inside of the house. Instead of using wood or stone for the floor, she creates it entirely from lava blocks as well, making the whole interior glow with a fiery orange light. Houses built from glowing materials often need very little additional lighting because the blocks themselves brighten the room. It's actually interesting that warm colors like orange and yellow naturally draw a person's attention much faster than cooler colors, which is one reason lava-themed builds look so dramatic even from a great distance. Carrie begins constructing a triangular roof using both full lava blocks and lava stairs. Mixing full blocks with stair blocks creates a much smoother roofline than using cubes alone. Roofs are one of the first things players notice when looking at a house from afar, so giving them an interesting shape helps the entire building stand out. After finishing the main slopes, she fills the triangular gaps at the front and back with more lava blocks. Then places a single glass block in each section. Those little windows break up the bright orange walls and make the roof look much more finished without changing its overall style. The house is complete, but Carrie knows that the surroundings are just as important as the building itself. On the right side, she creates a small lava pond and replaces several patches of grass with stone blocks. This simple change makes it look as though the intense heat has scorched the landscape over time. In nature, volcanic areas often have very little vegetation because the extreme temperatures make it difficult for plants to survive. Adding stone around the lava helps recreate that harsh environment and tells a small story about the area surrounding the house. Finally, Carrie mirrors the same idea on the left side, building another lava pool and scattering more stone blocks around it. Repeating the decoration on both sides keeps the build visually balanced while avoiding perfect symmetry by placing the stones in slightly different patterns. Landscapes usually look more convincing when they appear random rather than carefully planned. Looking at the finished scene, Mikey points out that the lava house now feels like it truly belongs in a volcanic biome, instead of simply being a normal house built from unusual materials. Sometimes it's the terrain around a build, not the build itself, that makes the biggest difference in creating a believable environment.
Ta-da! Yay!
Where did everyone run off to? Hey guys, what's all that noise?
Carrie and I are building a lava house, JJ. Who did it better?
Oh, both of your buildings look great, but I think it's up to the audience to decide who did the best.
Yes, JJ, you're right. Maybe then you have comments on the construction of Carrie.
No, I have no comments. Carrie turned out to be a wonderful lava house.
I totally agree with you, JJ. Maybe you will build a lava house.
Okay, then let's run to the place as soon as possible.
JJ, good luck to you. We'll wait in the house.
But?
Thanks, guys. Then I'm starting. Round 3. I want my lava house to look much grander than the others, so I begin by constructing a massive first floor entirely from lava blocks. Instead of making a small entrance, I build a huge doorway that immediately catches the eye. Large entrances are often used in castles, mansions, and public buildings because they make the structure feel far more impressive before anyone even steps inside. The glowing lava blocks give the facade an almost magical appearance, as if the house itself is radiating heat from within. Right away, it feels less like an ordinary home and more like the headquarters of someone who has mastered the power of lava. After outlining the entrance, I install enormous doors that perfectly match the scale of the building. One common mistake when building large houses is using tiny doors that make the entire structure look out of proportion. By making the entrance much taller and wider, every other part of the house automatically feels more believable. As I continue raising the walls around it, I keep checking the proportions from a distance. Large buildings should look impressive, both from nearby and when viewed across the landscape, so constantly stepping back is an important habit for experienced builders. With the exterior taking shape, I move inside and construct the entire first floor surface using lava blocks as well. The glowing floor fills every corner of the room with warm light, meaning I barely need any additional lighting later. This creates an atmosphere unlike almost any other Minecraft house. It is interesting how lighting alone can completely change the mood of a build. Bright white lighting often makes buildings feel clean and futuristic, while the deep orange glow of lava creates a mysterious, powerful atmosphere that perfectly matches the theme of this house. Now I continue extending the walls even higher. Rather than stopping after a normal room height, I decide to build a tall interior with plenty of open space. High ceilings are commonly used in luxury homes and grand halls because they make rooms feel much larger than they actually are. Even though they require more materials, they give builders much greater freedom when decorating the interior with balconies, staircases, and large windows. The taller my walls become, the more the lava house begins to resemble a fortress instead of a simple survival base. Looking around the completed first floor, I am happy with the direction of the project. The giant entrance, glowing lava floor, and towering walls immediately give the building a dramatic personality. One interesting fact about architecture is that first impressions are often formed within just a few seconds of seeing a building. That is why architects usually spend so much time designing entrances and facades. They define how people perceive the entire structure before they even walk inside. My lava house already has that effect, and there is still a lot more to build. Before moving on to the upper floors, I spend a little time decorating the exterior walls. Instead of leaving them as large flat surfaces, I add extra details using lava blocks, creating raised sections and layered patterns that make the facade much more dynamic. Even buildings made from a single material can look highly detailed if the walls have enough depth. This is one of the most useful building tricks in Minecraft. Adding small one-block offsets creates natural shadows throughout the day, making the entire structure feel richer and far less flat. From a distance, these subtle details are almost invisible on their own, but together, they give the lava house a much more realistic and impressive appearance. With the first floor complete, I begin building the next section of the lava house. Instead of simply stacking another identical floor on top, I design a part of the building that smoothly transitions into a new level. Creating sections with different widths is a common architectural technique because it makes large buildings feel much more interesting. If every floor had exactly the same shape, the house would quickly start looking like one giant box. By slightly reducing the size of the upper section, I immediately give the structure a more elegant silhouette. To define this new level, I construct 4 triangular roofs using lava stairs. Each roof slopes toward the center, giving the building a symmetrical appearance from every side. Stair blocks are especially useful because they soften sharp edges and create clean roof lines that full blocks cannot achieve. Interestingly, triangular roofs have been used for centuries in real architecture because they naturally direct rainwater away from the building. Minecraft does not simulate that kind of weather damage, but the shape still makes structures feel much more believable. Between these 4 roofs, I build the walls of the next room using more lava blocks. This central section acts as a bridge connecting all parts of the upper floor into one cohesive structure. The glowing walls contrast beautifully with the dark shadows created beneath the sloping roofs, making the entire level appear much more detailed. Rather than relying on different colors, I use changes in shape and lighting to create visual interest. Sometimes geometry alone is enough to transform a simple design into something memorable. When I step back to admire the result, I notice how much the narrower upper room changes the overall appearance of the house. The building now has a layered profile that naturally guides the eye upward toward the future tower. Many castles and mansions become visually striking because each level becomes slightly smaller as the structure rises. That gradual reduction in size gives the impression of height and elegance without requiring any complicated decorations, and it fits the dramatic style of this lava house perfectly. Now I continue building upward once again, but this time I make the structure slightly wider before starting the tower. Expanding the upper level creates a stronger base for everything that will sit above it, making the proportions feel much more balanced. In architecture, towers almost always need a solid foundation beneath them. If the upper sections become too narrow too quickly, the whole building can appear unstable, even if it is perfectly supported in Minecraft. Careful proportions are one of the reasons impressive fantasy castles still manage to look believable. With the foundation prepared, I begin constructing the main body of the tower entirely from lava blocks. The glowing walls make the tower stand out immediately, allowing it to dominate the skyline even from very far away. Tall towers have always been important landmarks throughout history because they help people recognize important buildings from a distance. Whether they belong to castles, churches, or watchtowers, vertical structures naturally become the focal point of almost any settlement. My lava house is no different. The tower instantly becomes the most recognizable part of the entire build. Once the walls reach their full height, I carefully build the roof of the tower. I shape it so it complements the lower triangular roofs instead of competing with them, helping the entire building feel unified. Roofs are often overlooked by beginner builders because they are viewed less frequently than walls, but they become extremely important when players fly around the world using elytra. A well-designed roof can completely transform how a building looks from above, turning an ordinary structure into something memorable. To finish the tower, I place a flag on the very top using acacia fences as the mast and spectrite blocks for the banner itself. The flag immediately gives the house more personality, making it feel like a headquarters rather than just another building. Throughout history, towers often displayed banners to represent kingdoms, noble families, or military fortresses. Even in Minecraft, a flag tells a small story without using any words. Looking at the completed tower, it feels as though someone powerful lives inside this lava house, proudly marking it as one of the tallest and most impressive landmarks in the growing city. With the tower finished, I return to the newest section of the lava house to close all of the remaining openings. I fill the solid parts with lava blocks while leaving carefully planned spaces for tall windows, which I complete using glass panes. Mixing glowing lava walls with transparent glass creates a striking contrast. The lava gives the building warmth and energy, while the thin glass keeps the upper rooms feeling open instead of enclosed. One useful building tip is to avoid filling every wall completely with solid blocks. Well-placed windows make large structures feel lighter and allow the exterior to look much more balanced. As I finish the last wall, I step back to inspect the upper floors from every direction. Closing the remaining gaps finally makes the building feel complete as a structure rather than a collection of separate sections. The glass panes also reflect the bright orange glow of the lava, creating an impressive effect, especially during the night. It is interesting how a single transparent material can completely change the character of a build. Even though glass is almost invisible, it plays a huge role in architecture by bringing light into a building while preserving the strength and beauty of the surrounding walls. The outside of the lava house is looking fantastic, so now I focus on making it practical to explore. Along the right side of the building, I construct a wide exterior staircase using lava blocks. Rather than hiding every staircase inside, I like adding one outdoors because it gives players quick access to the upper floor while also making the facade more interesting. Exterior staircases have been used for centuries on castles, towers, and mountain buildings where they save valuable interior space. They also create extra depth on the outside of a structure, making large walls feel far less flat. As the staircase climbs higher, I make sure every landing lines up neatly with the entrances on each level. A staircase should feel comfortable to use, not just look impressive. Even though Minecraft players can jump over blocks, designing stairs with a natural rhythm makes the building feel much more realistic. While working, I imagine visitors walking up the glowing staircase at night with lava lighting the entire path. It's a dramatic scene that perfectly matches the fiery theme of the house. With the outside access complete, I head back indoors and begin constructing the floors between every level using lava block slabs. Slabs are extremely useful because they reduce the thickness of each floor, allowing the rooms to have taller ceilings without making the building unnecessarily high. Many experienced Minecraft builders rely on slabs for exactly this reason. Small improvements in proportion often make interiors feel much more comfortable without requiring any extra space. Finally, I connect all of the floors with a spiral staircase built from lava blocks. A spiral staircase is one of the most efficient ways to move vertically through a tall building because it occupies very little floor space while still looking elegant. As it winds upward through the center of the lava house, it almost becomes a decorative feature of its own. Looking from the bottom all the way to the top, the glowing staircase creates an impressive vertical centerpiece that ties every floor together and makes the entire house feel like one connected structure rather than several separate rooms. Before moving inside, I add the final touches to the highest level of the house. Around the balcony, I install acacia fences to create a sturdy railing that keeps the area safe while preserving the open view across the city. The warm orange color of the acacia wood blends surprisingly well with the glowing lava blocks, making the balcony feel like a natural extension of the building instead of an afterthought. To complete the entrance, I install large doors leading from the upper room onto the balcony. From here, anyone could step outside and enjoy an incredible view of the surrounding landscape, watching the bright lava glow against the horizon. Proof that even a fiery fortress can have a peaceful place to relax. The structure is finally complete, so now it is time to turn this giant lava house into a real home. I begin furnishing the first floor by placing a comfortable bed together with a bedside table and a modern lamp, creating a cozy sleeping area despite the fiery surroundings. Nearby, I decorate the room with anvils covered by leaf blocks to resemble indoor plants. The contrast between green leaves and glowing lava makes the interior feel much more balanced. It is interesting that designers often use plants to make large rooms feel calmer, because greenery naturally softens even the most dramatic environments. I continue by adding a television with comfortable sofas facing it, creating a relaxing living room where players could rest after exploring the world. The remaining space becomes a practical survival area. I install wardrobes for clothing and armor, several chests for storing valuable resources, and furnaces for smelting ores and preparing new building materials. To make the walls feel less empty, I hang paintings that bring a little extra color into the room, and beside them, I place armor stands displaying complete sets of armor like decorative exhibits. One of my favorite building principles is that every room should combine beauty with functionality. A house may look spectacular from the outside, but if the inside cannot support everyday survival, it never truly feels complete. The first floor now has everything needed for both comfort and practical gameplay. With the first floor fully furnished, I head upstairs to decorate the second level. This floor is designed as a quiet place to relax, so I keep the layout open and uncluttered. I arrange several comfortable sofas where players can sit and admire the view through the large windows, or simply take a break after a long adventure. Large, open lounges are common in modern houses because they create flexible spaces that can be used for conversation, relaxing, or planning the next expedition. Sometimes leaving plenty of empty space actually makes a room feel more luxurious than filling every corner with furniture. To make the floor feel warmer, I place several carpets that define different seating areas without adding walls. Carpets are a simple but effective decoration because they introduce color and make large rooms feel much cozier. It is interesting that interior designers often use rugs to visually separate different parts of a room while keeping the space open. Looking around the finished second floor, it feels like the perfect place to unwind before climbing to the highest level of the lava house, where an even more specialized room is waiting. The third floor becomes my favorite part of the entire house because I transform it into a magical study and laboratory. Along the walls, I place rows of both modded and regular bookshelves, filling the room with knowledge from floor to ceiling. Bookshelves are one of the most recognizable decorations in Minecraft because they instantly create the feeling of a library or wizard's workshop. Besides looking impressive, they also surround the enchanting table exactly as players would expect, making the room feel both decorative and functional. It is fascinating that libraries have symbolized learning and discovery for thousands of years. So even in Minecraft, they naturally give a room an atmosphere of mystery and wisdom. To complete the laboratory, I place an enchanting table in the center of the room, followed by a brewing stand and a cauldron filled with water. These blocks transform the top floor into a place where players can prepare enchanted equipment and brew powerful potions before setting off on new adventures. I like ending the build with a room like this because it gives the highest level a special purpose instead of making it just another bedroom or storage area. Looking across all three floors, the lava house now feels like a complete survival base. The first floor is designed for everyday living, the second for relaxation, and the third for magic, experiments, and preparation for whatever challenges await outside. Great, my lava house is ready. It's time for me to show it to the guys.
Wow, JJ, you've got a very beautiful lava tower.
Thank you guys. I am very glad that you liked my building. Friends, be sure to write in the comments whose building you liked the most. Well, I think it's time for us to finish.
Yes, JJ, you're right.
Subscribe and like. Bye-bye.